Welcome once again to my channel. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from Asia, from Africa, from Europe, America, or Australia, I thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being there with me all the time. Each time you watch my video, please kindly go to the comment section and make your contribution. Say it the way you feel it. It's so welcome. You can give me a thumbs up if you so desire. Thank you so much for being there all the time. I appreciate you. For those who have not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remember this. Once again, I come in peace. I bring you information on things that are happening in the contraption called Nigeria. As you all know, ODUDUA and BIAFRA have been occupied by the Nigerian contraption and they are making us not to breathe. ODUDUA and BIAFRA are crying, let us breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. They are holding us down and we want to breathe. That is why we bring every information on things that are going on to the world, that people should hear our voice. We are crying out loud and asking people to help, asking the world to help. We cannot breathe. We can't breathe. It doesn't matter how you think about it. It doesn't matter how you look at it. It is so difficult in Nigeria as we speak. Those nations, those strong nations who are struggling to stand on their own, struggling to survive, the ODUDUAs, the Biafrans, the Middle Belters, who are trying to hear their voice and have a peaceful life, are not being allowed to exercise their freedom. That is the problem. And today, I'm here once again to expose more of the fraud that is happening in that contraption called Nigeria. The inefficiency of the government, the fraud and the deceit, the lies that they're telling us. That is what I'm bringing to you once again today. I'm going to put it bare to you. A lot of things, you can believe me, that are going on in that country are very wrong. They never tell us the truth. The people that are in power are very incompetent. Every now and again, you see them begin to display their incompetency in every activity. They talk to us as if we don't have brains. They talk to us as if we are animals. They treat us like animals. They do whatever they like to us without minding. There is no respect for the citizens. You don't have your own opinion. When you utter your own opinion, you are being labeled either a hater or you are being charged for one crime or the other. Before you know it, they come after you. Every means we try to make sure there is peace in that country. They strive it and make sure that it doesn't work. What the Fulanese are bent on in this destroying the whole nations and making the place unbearable for people. They want to possess the land. That is just their mission. Possession of land. They want to grab the land from the indigenous people of that very contraption called Nigeria. There are several indigenous nations in that very country. Several indigenous nations in that country. People from different types. Even in the north, they have been able to succeed in suppressing the Hausas. The Hausas are suffering and they have no voice anymore. The Nupes are there suffering, they have no voice anymore. Go to the Middle Belt, there are a lot of tribes in the Middle Belt. The Tifis are suffering, the Idomas are suffering. They have no voice, they cannot breathe. This is so difficult. You come down to the southwest, they are oppressing the ODUDUAs. They do not want them to succeed, they don't want them to grow on their own speed. Are you talking about the southeast? They are there in the southeast of Nigeria, the old eastern region of Nigeria, which is the Biafra land. Suppressing everybody. They don't want us to hear our opinion. They don't want us to succeed. They don't want us to have progress. Even when we allow them with their so-called government to deal with it, they don't want us to be on our own. And we say enough is enough. It is time for us to wake up and ask for that which is ours. And that is what we are asking for. Freedom, good life. Allow us to grow in our own speed. Allow us to have dignity. That is what we are asking for. We are not asking for war. Neither are we asking for hate. We are asking for referendum for us to decide our fate. That is what we ask for. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? It is a normal thing to ask. Self-determination is a right for every human being. I don't know why the Fulanese are bent on taking the life of the Southeasterners because they are asking for self-determination. It's happening now and again because we have very incompetent people running the affairs of the country. Right from origin, from foundation, the foundation is faulty. And when the foundation is faulty, what will the righteous do? When the foundation of a building is faulty, it cannot stand. It will surely crumble. The foundation of the contraption called Nigeria is faulty. It's built on lie from the day one. It was built on lie. The constitution is a fraud. It is a lie. There is no single truth in that country. Everything they tell you and the constitution they are using, they say we, the people. There is never a time the people of Nigeria came together to agree on what they wrote on the constitution. It was a group of people that came together to write it on behalf of the nation. How can you do that? A country that has more than 200 million people, then few people will just come and write a constitution. Subjugate the people and make the people impoverished. The contraption is not working. In that very contraption, there are many nations in that contraption who do not have the same value. They do not share the same value. They do not have the same religion. They do not have the same talk. There is nothing in common with them. Not the same culture. How do you think that both they can stay together and survive? It cannot happen. They cannot survive. One will be pulling the other down. Envy and jealousy will be so much. Death will be everywhere. And that is exactly what is happening in that contraption. And the worst is that they do not allow the competent people to be in office. That is the most disheartening one. They don't allow the competent people to take office. The Fulanis have decided to put all the illiterates in their zone into the office. Even though they have some educated people in the northern part of Nigeria, they have some educated Fulanis, but they will never let them be in the office. And they are quiet, they cannot speak out. They only allow those illiterate, those ones who are being occupied with their extremist ideologies to be in power. And they have come to destroy the contraption called Nigeria. They have already succeeded in destroying it by putting in place all the unqualified people in several areas. You saw the video of the Minister of Defense when he was making his speech. He couldn't put words together. He couldn't read a simple speech that was given to him. The so-called man they call the president, the late Buhari, that they are using his name now to run the country, when he was in power, even during his what do they call it, debate, he escaped from the presidential debate. Remember, he escaped from it. Nigerians are so forgetful, they never remember. He escaped from the debate, debating with others. Later, he decided to only talk with his vice president when they went to confront the media. And in that very media, so many questions that was asked to that president, he couldn't be able to answer. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Even the vice president sitting by his side confirmed it that he doesn't know. Maybe you have forgotten. Watch it again.
So as to address the challenges facing this sector. Thank you, Mr. Vice.
Livestock.
Huh?
Livestock.
National livestock.
I will talk about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me know. He can talk for himself.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well,
He doesn't know.
I think
your president, the person that was supposed to be the president of Nigeria, doesn't know anything. In all of this, they forced him to Nigerians and accepted it. Today, here is the country. A lot of things are not right. And I want to share with you another video of the so-called media aid of the president. These are the people now who are running their new system called presidency. For me, I know and I believe MAZI KANU that Buhari is late. Buhari is dead. He's no longer. He has died long ago. They are only using his name to run the country, using pictures to run the country, using people wearing masks and fake information to run the country. The evidence is always there. This man doesn't grant any press interview to anybody. He doesn't make speech to anybody. Throughout the whole COVID-19 issue, he was not addressing the nation. In so many issues, you can never see him in public talking to people. You can't see him in public addressing people. The chief of staff, the military chief of staff died. He couldn't attend the burial. And you tell me that this man is alive? He couldn't attend the burial. His wife, the man that we knew when he was alive, is an extremist. Somebody who told us that his wife belonged to the kitchen. That his wife belonged to the kitchen. He doesn't play with, he doesn't allow his wife to the public. His wife left and has been lived in Dubai for many years, many months, almost a year in Dubai. Completely based in Dubai this time around, while he is in Nigeria. And you tell me that this is the same man who told her that his wife belonged to the kitchen. He allowed his wife to be gallivanting all over, enjoying herself. And you still believe that it's the same man you're having in power. You must be joking. Now, the illiterates that he have put in power, those that put themselves in power, they call themselves the presidency. Garba Shehu, who is one of the people now that is running the so-called government of Nigeria. Garba Shehu came out to defend the president to tell us why that man did not attend the burial of his chief of army staff. He came out to give us the reason why the man did not attend the chief of army staff burial. And trust me, you watch it by yourself, and now you now come and tell me if this is a country you want to belong to, a country you hit your chest and say this is where I belong. Listen to the excuse he has to give why the president did not attend the minister of the chief of army staff defense, what do they call him? He didn't attend the burial. Let's watch together.
Why was the president not at the burial of the chief of army staff? Just a very quick answer so that we can let you go.
Well, I was in Europe myself on assignment. I have not spoken to the president on this. But let me give you just one example. The president is somebody who is so concerned about the safety and well-being of ordinary Nigerians on the streets. Do you know why he now prays his Jumu'at in the State House? He doesn't go to the National Mosque because he doesn't like this idea of closing roads, security men molesting people, innocent people on the roads, for the president to have the right of way. These are small things for many people, but they're important for President Muhammadu Buhari. So it's a mourning situation, and the president didn't want to take away attention from that.
Okay, simply that's the reason why the president did not attend that funeral. Thank you so much. Let's talk about very, very quickly before we let you go. Of course, there's a huge gap created by the unfortunate death of the chief of army staff. What is the process now of getting a new one, and where is that likely to come from? In 1 minute, if you can.
The president is responsible for the choice and appointment of service chiefs. It is entirely in his domain. Nobody has a role in that other than the president. He will decide.
That is it. That is where we found ourselves. These are people now who are running the government. People who are running a country that you're supposed to be part of. A country that have 200 plus million people with a whole lot of educated people and brains. A whole lot of educated people and brains all over. Very well educated people. Some of them, when you see them on media talking, you'll be wondering if these people are in Nigeria. When you see them giving ideas on how to do things on media, very good on theory, but when it comes to practical, zero. Everybody is scared. They are scared. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to. Nobody wants to get into trouble. Nobody wants to make the move. Nobody wants to be blamed for this and that. When you see them talking, you think they know what they're saying. That is where we have found ourselves. A country full of lies, full of incompetent people, where you will see a professor serving a premises holder. A professor serving under a premises holder, and the premises holder will be correcting the professor. That is, it's too sad. What is it? Corruption? The corruption that they so much preach every time they tell us about corruption. Every day they preach about. But what they do is that when they get they collect the loot, they reloot it again. They collect loot from the fraudsters, they reloot it. Is it their police? Is it their EFCC? That is what the government itself doing the same thing. Once they get it, they reloot it. You know how they drove away the former EFCC chairman because he relooted almost all the loot that he collected. He relooted it back. He was removed, not jailed, not prosecuted. They just removed him for him to go and enjoy himself and put a new person to continue. And the latest one, there's the one I want to play you video for you, the one I want to play with you about the Ibori loot. You know, the Delta State governor, former governor of the Delta State that looted money, that was arrested in Britain and jailed, later released. The money, Britain have returned the money to Nigeria. What Nigerian government did, they told us, instead of giving that money to Delta State, they said the money belonged to the federal government. And the federal government took the money. Some individuals came together, shared the money among themselves. They shared the money among themselves. Later, even the AGF, Attorney General of the Federation, was the one that came out online, if you can remember, came out to tell us that that money cannot be given to the state, that it will be given to the federal government, it will be in the federal government purse. That was what the AGF came to tell us. I will play the video for you to see. After he has said this, people were clamoring and saying that this money have to go back to the Delta State. They connived and took away the money, took the money share among themselves, and begin to tell people, begin to broadcast to people that the money have been placed into the federal government purse. But recently, that money was discovered not to be in the federal government purse. There was another conference meeting, an inquiry that we are making recently. Is it about their financial whatever they were making? I'll upload the video for you to see.
Some recoveries are for state governments, specific state governments. I know there was a time recovery was made on behalf of, is it Plateau State? There was one for Bayelsa, there was one for different states. If Delta, so such recoveries go specifically to those states that for which
let's give an example. I mean, there's something trending. The recovery of Ibori loot. Where will it be paid into?
It was paid to the state. Is it Delta or Delta State? It was paid to Delta State.
But that's contrary to the information that it was.
No.
Used for specific
Any recovery, Honorable Chair, Honorable Committee, any recovery that is, I mean, arising from looted funds from a particular state goes to the state. The state governors will not even allow this to fly. You know, Honorable. You know they will not. They will take federal government to court for holding their money. So we don't joke and we don't play with that. We pay them their money.
Was claiming that that money has been returned to Delta State. Meanwhile, the money has not been returned. After he made that video, the Delta State governor came out to say that that money has not hit their account. He has not seen anything. That is the country you are living into. I will play the videos for you to watch and see.
We appreciate the willingness of the federal government to return that money to Delta State where it rightly belongs. But the truth is that that money has not hit the account of Delta for our state government. We saw it yesterday, like every other Nigerian, that when the Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, while appearing before the House of Representatives Committee on Recovered Assets, made that statement, and there was this avalanche of inquiries to know whether the money had come to us. And the truth, like I told you, is that the money hasn't come. But we're happy that they've shown willingness, shown disposition to send the money, and we know that very soon the money will come, having started the process. And I must add that the state government is in constant touch with them. We were in contact with the federal government through the office of the Attorney General of the Federation. And I assure you that when the money arrives, like it's obvious it will arrive, and they haven't started the process as it were, we will acknowledge it and let the public know. And we should also assure that, like we have always done, the money will be properly deployed to reasonable infrastructure that Deltans will appreciate. That's the way it is. So we hope that in a few days we'll get back, hoping that they will do the needful. We want to appreciate the President himself, Muhammadu Buhari, for the disposition shown, because not if people have cried to say that it's only justice and fairness if the money is brought. Having had some precedents in the past, Bayelsa's money was returned, same with Plateau State when they recovered from them. And we're happy to acknowledge that they've listened to good judgment, listened to a cry of a child to his father, and we're very happy about it. We're very, very happy about it and hope that they will do the needful in a couple of days.
This is where we found ourselves, and you still call yourself part of this country. You still say you are a proud Nigerian. You still clamor for one Nigeria. You must be sick. It's either you are corrupt, it's either you are insensible, or that you are selfish. These are the reasons why you are still calling for whatever one Nigeria you're talking about. By this time, every one of us should be talking about breakup. Breakup for us to go to our individual ways, go to your region, form a constitution that you can be able to understand and respect. Have a nation that you can be patriotic to. That is what we have to be crying for. Total separation. A breakup so that we can have responsible and reasonable nations coming out. Later you can march together. Later we can come together. If we so desire, we can do business together, we can intermarry, we can have friends all over. It doesn't mean that when you live there, you're not going to have your friends anymore. But here are we. A lot of things have been messed up in that very contraption and still being messed up. And I want to play with you another video that we made with by one of the ex-governors, ex-governor Seriake Dickson. Governor Seriake Dickson. Then I'll play the video of what Dickson had to say. I think what he said was reasonable, and maybe after listening to him you can understand that this very contraption where we are, this very contraption cannot work. In as much of whatever Dickson is saying is right, but the government are not willing to listen, and these Fulanis are not willing to apply any of those methods. So the only answer, the only language that they will understand is breakup. Begin to think about your own self-preservation. These people don't care about you. They are only concerned about themselves, how to preserve their Fulanization agenda. That is what they are concerned about. Not about you and your constitution or whatever. Trying to kill as many people as they can, subdue as many people as they can, grab as many land as they can. That is just the agenda, nothing else. So let's listen to what Dickson had to say, even if though whatever he's saying, they are not going to listen, neither is anybody going to take it.
Can guarantee you unity of Nigeria, you are daydreaming. You are daydreaming and endangering the Nigerian nation. Because that's not possible. In these days where so many things are done on social media, people mobilize, they do all kinds of things. In these days where people bring in all kinds of arms, all kinds of ammunition, all kinds of... If your banking, your thinking, your calculation is control of established security agencies to guarantee the Nigerian nation, you are failed. You are failed. We must make the case for a beneficial Nigerian nation that will earn, not by force, they will earn the allegiance and the love, the patriotism of all Nigerians, because everybody wants to be part of this big, strong Nigeria that can be respected. That's what other countries have done. It's not by saying you control that is inefficient, ragtag army you can't defeat, and you think you can defeat an ideology, you can defeat a war that is in the hearts and minds of people. So leaders of Nigeria must be alive to this reality and address the issues of patriotism, address the issues that are dividing the Nigerian nation, create equal citizenship. That's all. And a nation that will be there for all, the big as well as the small. And ask yourselves, is it not an irony? Is it not a shame that we in Nigeria, who live here, go to America, a nation that is almost Caucasian, founded by Caucasian merchants, you go there, become an American citizen, our people are there doing well and carrying American passports, and they live happy lives. Some even enroll in the American military and security services and fight and die for America. Yet in Nigeria, you are busy looking at who is worshiping which God. You are busy looking at where somebody comes from. It's a shame. Shame.
After listening to Dickson, I think I have no much more to say. He have said it enough. But the most important thing you have to know is that there is no more time for you asking for whatever restructuring or whatever constitutional amendment. The only thing every responsible man in that contraption called Nigeria is supposed to be asking now is a breakup. A breakup. Go back to your region. If you are ODUDUA, go back to ODUDUA. If you are Biafran, go back to Biafran land. If you are from the Middle Belt, go to Middle Belt. If you are from Arewa, stick to your Arewa. Go to Arewa. Make it good. Make Arewa work. Make Arewa work. Flush out the the terrorists in Arewa land and make it a viable land. That is what you have to be doing as somebody from Arewa. Try to deal with your demons, all those demons that are gathered in all those regions. Break it up and then deal with them individually for us to have peace. What we are preaching is peace. This is a way out for us to have peace. A way out for us to save life. Nigeria have lost a lot of people. A lot of people have lost their life in that contraption called Nigeria. And we cannot afford to continue to lose our lives anymore. We are asking for a breakup, for peace. A peaceful breakup. Referendum, so that people can decide their fate. No one person can decide the fate of 200 and something million people. No one single person can make such a decision. The people have to decide through referendum. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe. Go to the comment section after listening. Give your contribution. Give your contribution. Just say it the way you feel it. It's all welcome.